Well, let's get back to the really core of who you are. From the source energy perspective of who you are. So there is not believing, and then there is hoping, and then there is believing, and then there is knowing. That's sort of the continuum of this vibration of belief. So the source within you knows these things about you. And if you want to talk about core beliefs, we think these are the beliefs that we would be focused upon. You are worthy beyond description, and you are brilliant beyond description. You are good. You are source. That is your core. And every bit of moving from that is a flawed premise and a distortion. So there are so many things that humans focus upon out here in the physical world that contradicts their core beliefs. Now, there are many more we can go for. A core belief, a source energy, core belief is that all really is well, that we are eternal beings. So think about how many things that you might stumble across in a day that contradict that knowing that the source within you holds, that well-being does abound. So maybe it would be easier for you to just say, well, I've got one core belief, and that's in well-being. And anytime I deviate from that, then I get crossways of what the source within me really knows. So then you take that knowing that source within you holds, knows, is, and understand that source, inner being, whatever you want to call it, is focused right here out on the leading edge with you, right here in the moment where you're doing whatever it is you're doing, with all of that knowing, that core believing, that opinioning, all of that focused right here with you. And you can tell in every single moment what your deviation of that core is. You can just tell. So we really want to say to you, we don't want to be impertinent, but we sort of kind of do. We want to be so blunt. What difference does it make how many different ways you all have figured out to deviate from the core premise of well-being? In other words, because when you start counting them, those are the things that you're counting. There's just a belief in well-being, a knowing in well-being, an expectation of well-being. And you know what? Well-being continues and continues and continues. This earth spins in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets. Every now and again, something will happen, and Esther and friends will say, oh, wow, can you believe that the law of attraction in the universe is so good that they could provide that kind of rendezvous so that we could have that fun? Esther pulled into the hotel yesterday in her new Denali, and when she pulled in, she was talking to Jerry all the way because she and Jerry, they got lost every time they came downtown. Every time they came downtown. But yesterday, she didn't get lost, and she said, you're much better now, Jerry. That broader view thing's really working out. And when she pulled up to the ramp, her odometer read 2222. And Esther goes, wow, oh wow, that must have been why I turned over there to throw my trash away, so that it would be right at 2222. And we say, that's child's play. We keep your Earth spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity with other planets. In other words, do you have any idea how much consciousness and well-being is focused upon all that you are? Find any little piece of anything that feels good and give it your undivided attention and call it my core belief for today. My core belief for today. Esther has a bumper sticker. It's not a bumper sticker, it's a dash card plaque. Some of you may have them too. And when you look at it, you can't read it because it's all backwards. But when you lay it on your dash, it reflects into the window and it says, things are always working out for me. That's your core belief. Things are always working out for me. In what way, in this moment, can the universe demonstrate to me the goodness that is me, the clarity that is me, the love that is me, the worthiness that is me? And oh, the demonstrations are so powerful. But you all are like little prickly pears that are just sort of holding it off. Well, I picked up this belief when I was in the 2nd grade and this one in the 3rd grade. And my mother never stopped drumming this one into my head. And so I'm a broken person, Abraham. I can't accept the perfection that is me quite yet. And we say, well, get on with it, will you? Begin looking for the evidence of your well-being And as you start looking for that, you'll begin to find it. You never get in your car, set the radio dial on a station that you don't like, and then demand that they play the songs you want to hear. I've been listening to you all day, and all I'm getting Spanish stuff. Spanish. I'd like something in English, please, and something popular. You don't demand, you tune. You tune to the frequency that allows you the receiving of what you're looking for. Oh, and you live in the most diverse, magnificent, leading edge environment to create with precision and detail the specifics of everything that you want. This is co-creation at its best, and you knew it when you came. But we want you to notice first the emotion and then put the emphasis upon the thought that has caused the emotion. It'll be a really good way for you to perpetuate this momentum, because more momentum, then it easier it is for you to continue this thought. So when you are in that vibrational place where your vortex is in this high, pure vibration, and you are too, for whatever reason, maybe you meditated, maybe you had a massage, maybe you've been appreciating someone, maybe you just woke up and haven't done anything to pull yourself down yet. In other words, maybe you haven't done that thing you do that diminishes your vibrational frequency. So here you are, your vibrational frequency and that of your source and that of your vortex is all the same. And so now you begin to be the realizer of the sameness. So you just feel good. And the thoughts that begin to waft into your mind, the thoughts that you begin to perceive because you're in the vibrational vicinity, and so you can easily translate them, as Esther is doing right now with our vibration. As those thoughts are flowing into your mind, acknowledge that you are the translator of those thoughts. As you begin to deliberately acknowledge that you are tuned into who you are and what thoughts are coming, what you'll begin to notice is, Esther's been doing this a lot lately, and she's been telling anyone who will stand around and listen to her, I'm acting on my impulses a lot. I'm no longer writing it down as something to tend to later. She's doing her best that when an impulse comes, when she thinks of someone, that's the time to call them. When she thinks of something, that's the time to put it in the suitcase. When she thinks of something, she went to a house in another city with a car parked in her garage, and when she got there, she didn't have the keys to the car in the garage in the other city. And she thought, I thought about that over and over and over and over and over again. And instead of acting on it, that's the kind of thing we're talking about. So if you get so that you're tuned in more and more and more, and knowing that you are, and consciously acknowledging that you're translating the vibration of alignment into tangible, perceivable experiences of well-being, then the thought process that begins to flow. So what we're getting at is, this is the way. The cells of your body have been launching rockets of desire into the vortex too. Your cells have created a vibrational version of you. Oh, which you are not helping them live sometimes. But when you're tuned in, when you're feeling good, when you're using every excuse that you can to feel good, when you're feeling good and then you're following the impulse, you're acting on the impulse, it's our promise to you. You're going to give them what they want. You're going to give them what they want when they want it. You're going to find yourself as this vital, efficient, good feeling, tuned in, tapped in, turned on extension of source energy. You are translations of source energy. And the way you feel and how it's turning out is the evidence of how well, what kind of communication you got going on, you see. You've created a vibrational reality that's really real to you. It's vivid. And you just can't figure out why this thing that is so real isn't translating into some more real terms for you. Right. So you're doing what almost all humans do. You are trying. There's an effort factor that you are applying. And the thing that happens is that 100% of the time when you begin applying effort, now we know you've been taught to be strong efforters in school. You've been taught not to be lazy and that you should try, and that the difference between those who try and those who don't try is a big difference, and you want to be in the pile that tries. In other words, we get all of that. But there is this vibrational truth, this universal core truth that says when you are trying to overcome something, the thing that you're trying to overcome is what you are accentuating and activating.
Right.
So the effort factor is just counterproductive. The harder you try, the more it doesn't work. Have this habit of expectation that the universe seems to be holding you to. But the universe isn't holding you to your expectation by giving you what you expect. You're holding the universe to it by what you expect. You've got to find a way around that. So let's do that here. Let's apply what we've been saying works. Let's apply going general. So you've explained yourself, and you get him, don't you? And you appreciate him. And he's trying too damn hard, isn't he? In other words, you can feel that, and you kind of just want to say, take it easy, take it easy. Having chewed this over so everybody gets what it is you're going for, let's get back to something that is really general, that feels good. Because we know the part that doesn't feel good because we've been addressing it, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to you. Feels like hard work, feels like it's not working, feels like misunderstanding, feels like misapplied laws of the universe. Either feels like the laws aren't what Abraham says they are, or like I don't understand them the way Abraham says them. Something feels screwy, it feels off, and so there's no point in poking at that anymore because that's where it is and that's not working. So let's take another approach. Let's go general. The words that Esther was translating and words that you were translating, did you notice at several points were the identical word, right there tracking in that same vibration. So now here you are in this steady place, in this steady, general, good feeling place, the only place that you need to be, because you see, you created the vortex, you've put it all there, you've got labels on all of it, it's ready to go, you've put it all there. Now what you did was the work that causes it to begin to move. In other words, law of attraction is now responding to you differently than law of attraction was responding to you before, because you took the time to get the clutter out of your vibration, to get the stuff that was holding it away out of your vibration, and now you're in this place right now, this place of allowing. Now, once you know you're in a place of allowing, if you want, you can stay focused a little more pointedly to get the momentum going a little more strong. But you want to kind of pay attention, because there's a tendency to turn it from alignment to misalignment by trying to go too far too fast. So here's the thing that we want you to hear. We want you to understand, any of you, you are not trying to utilize these techniques or tools, you call them tricks for fun, we know, in order to accomplish something. In other words, it isn't that now I've got this, now I'll apply it, and now my CDs will sell. It's not like that, or my MP3s will sell. It's that now I've accomplished it. Now I have made a statement to the universe of who I am. I'm standing here as the recipient of well-being. This is who I am. My floodgates are open. It can flow to me in whatever way it chooses to flow. So there's a trust issue involved, isn't there? That yes. You've put into the vortex what you want. You've put into the vortex some of how you want it to be. And now, for the first time in a long time, other than when you're actually creating the stuff, you're standing in a place of non-resistance and allowing it to flow. So what happens is, the first manifestation is, you just feel better. You do. You just feel better. The next is, ideas begin to flow. And as they do, don't try to make sense of them, and don't try to figure them out all the way out. Just follow the impulses that come and watch what happens. You all are, we love you so much. You know what's coming next. You all are often, sometimes nearly always, wanting to, well, we'll just say it, get credit for the ideas that you hatch. So that's why you say, I've got a great idea, instead of, ooh, I just received the best new amendment to an idea that's been in motion. So if you could just lay over the top of your creative process now, and we're giving this specifically to you right now.
Okay.
The understanding that we are all really in this together, and that you're proving nothing, but you're receiving with such clarity and such